Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us. Welcome to our Scholastic Con Schools Out live author event. I'm Matt. I'll be your host today, and I'm so excited to be here with you all. We're getting so close to the start of the summer and everything great that comes with it. I'm talking beaches, camping, vacations, and best of all, summer reading. And with that in mind, we have four awesome authors with me today with brand new books that will brighten your summer. Let's introduce them. Joining with me here is Jennifer L. Holm. Jennifer is the best-selling, award-winning author of a ton of great books that she's created alongside with her brother Matthew Holm. Her latest is Sunny Makes a Splash, the newest book in the Sunny series. That's coming this September. So you can check out the first three right now. Hi, Jenny. How are you?
Hey, guys.
And next, Megan Wagner Lloyd. Megan is the co-creator of Allergic, a fantastic and heartfelt graphic novel about a girl with severe allergies who just wants to find the perfect pet. That book is out right now, so find it at your bookstore or library. Hi, Megan. Oh, Megan, you might still be muted, unfortunately.
Oh, hey, everybody.
There we go. And Marissa Gravon is an award-winning syndicated cartoonist and a best-selling author. She writes the Nat Enough series. The first two books are out now, and the third, Absolutely Nat, will be available in August. Do not miss it. Hello, Maria.
Hi, everyone.
And finally, Justin A. Reynolds. Justin's debut novel, Ops of Always, was a critical success and is currently being developed into a film. But he's here today to talk about Miles Morales' Shockwaves, an original graphic novel starring Spider-Man Miles Morales. Perhaps you've heard of the character. The book was illustrated by Pablo Leon and will be available June 1st, just around the corner. Do not miss it. Thanks for being with us today, Justin.
Hey, everybody. Can't wait.
So great to have you all here. We have such a great program planned for you today. In a little bit, we're going to have a fun graphics game with everyone in our audience. And at the end, we'll have time to answer your questions. So get ready to chime in the chat with the help of an adult. We'll get to that in a little bit, but first, let's get to know a little bit more about our speakers. Let's start off with you, Jenny. You've created a ton of beloved graphic novels at this point, and Sunny Makes a Splash is the fourth in the series. But how did you get started writing graphic novels?
Well, I grew up reading a lot of graphic novels because I have four brothers and there were a lot of comics in the house. And luckily for me, my youngest brother, my baby brother, Matt, is a very talented artist. And so years later, we were both living in New York City and we started working on Baby Mouse together.
Terrific, and it's been such a great journey. Megan, a similar question, but maybe coming at from a different angle. You've written picture books before, but Allergic is your first graphic novel. What was that process like for you?
It was so fun. No one wanted me to write a graphic novel. No one knew I was writing one at first. And I was just in love with the idea. I really wanted to learn how to write comics. And I just researched it on my own and figured out how to do it. And it was just a blast. It was like the secret project that I had so much fun doing.
Well, we're so glad that you did end up doing it because Allergic is a fantastic book. And Maria, I think you have kind of a different background from some of our other speakers. How did you get started? I know you were a cartoonist, but how did you get into graphic novels?
Well, I've had my daily syndicated comic for 8 years now, which is a single panel format. And I think very visually. I can't separate words from pictures no matter what. So I had a story idea and I knew that naturally the best fit would be to make it a graphic novel. And I loved the process because it was so different. In a panel, I create a whole scene and characters in one shot, and having a consistent character that goes throughout the whole story is a really fun adventure.
That's awesome. It's such a different path to it and such a different way of thinking about it. It's so great. And then finally, Justin, I got to ask, what is it like writing a Spider-Man graphic novel? Were you a fan of the character to begin with? That's got to be an awesome feeling.
It was incredible. Definitely a dream come true. I have to maybe tell the story when we kind of break out into the breakout groups later. But yeah, I actually had literally months earlier expressed to my agent that my long-term pie in the sky dream would be to write for Marvel and specifically for Miles Morales. And then lo and behold, I got the chance. So definitely super exciting. I mean, not only just to dive into the Marvel universe, but to do so with Miles Morales, who is and was already my favorite superhero. I mean, it doesn't get much better.
Yeah, I think super is absolutely the right word to use for it right there. Thank you guys for answering those real quick. It's great to get a chance to get to know you guys a little better, particularly getting to know how you started as writers. I know there are a lot of aspiring authors in our audience today, so it's great to hear your journeys. we're going to jump into our graphics game. This can be a real fun, easy, interactive activity that you can play with us from your home or your classroom. I'm going to bring this up on your screens here right now. So this is our graphics fill-in game. We've taken a section from each of our authors' new books and we've stolen some of the words. We're going to ask for you guys in our audience to help us fill in the blanks with brand new words, probably not the words the author originally intended to be there. And we're going to create a new silly story together. So to illustrate how the game is played, make sure you're all on the same page with us. I'm going to have our author speakers here play around with me, and then we'll open up to you guys and we'll play a few rounds together. How's that sound? You guys ready to play?
Yeah.
There we go. Awesome. So our first comic here is from Sunny Makes a Splash. This is your comic, Jenny. So we're going to ask you for a couple of words.
All
and
right.
you guys are going to give me some examples here. So the first thing I need is a verb. And I'll ask Maria first. We're looking for a verb here. This is an action word. It can be something that you do.
Swimming or swim.
Swimming. Swim. That's a great one. I'm going to put in swim.
Oh,
Next thing we're looking
right off the top. Gee, I wonder where I got that idea.
There you go.
As I'm staring at the cover.
Inspiration comes from all places. Now I'm going to ask Jennifer, could you come up with a noun for us? And I know you know what a noun is, but just to remind our audience here, get them ready for this game. A noun is a person, a place, or a thing.
Koala.
Koala. You're challenging my spelling here. Love koala. Koalas are fun. Probably not the word that was originally here, just looking at it. And then we're going to go to a place. It's a little bit more self-explanatory. Megan, you want to give us a place? Could be any place. Could be an igloo. Could be the state of Utah.
I was
Whatever place you
thinking
want to do.
Antarctica.
Antarctica. I love that. That's so fun. And then we have an event. So I guess, Justin, this is your thing, an event. Again, sort of self-explanatory. It could be any event. Could be graduation day. Could be the first day of summer. What's an event in your mind?
Let's do, well, I was going to say Graphix Con because that's pretty fitting. But let's do last day of school.
Ooh.
I love that. Graphix Con would have been great too. I love the plug. All right, terrific. Okay, and then finally, we're going to end with a noun here. So let's go back up to Maria. Final noun. Again, this is a person, a place, or a thing.
Marshmallow.
Marshmallow. Okay, so now we have a brand new comic together. We're going to preview it here. And so, Jenny, because this is your comic, do you want to read this comic for us? I will share it on screen here. To set up the story.
I would be honored.
Awesome. Set up the story. That is the last day of school, and our star Sunny and her friend have just gone off the school bus. So let's see what happens in that scene.
Screech! I'm so glad it's summer. Want to swim down to the store to get koalas? Might as well. It will be the last time I can do it. What do you mean? I'm spending the summer at Antarctica. We're leaving on Saturday morning. You'll miss the last day of school. This is the pits. You still want to get marshmallows? Oh my goodness, I'm so confused.
Terrific. So you see, we made a brand new comic together. I don't think that's how the scene originally went, but you guys will have to check out the book to find out. We have a couple more of these that we're going to play together here. The next one is going to be from Absolutely Nat, Marissa Gravon's book. So this time we're going to be asking for our audience to chime in. We're going to ask you guys to provide these little speeches, these words we've taken out, and you guys can type in your suggestions in the chat with the help of an adult. And together we're going to build a brand new comic. So you guys play along with us here. Okay, so the first thing we're going to be looking for is a noun. So write in the chat here with the help of an adult, a person, a place, or a thing. It could be a car, it could be a cat, it could be a cabbage, any words that you guys want us to fill in this story. Type it into the chat.
You all have so many great ideas.
I know. I was going to say, I'm loving watching these fly in. It's incredible.
Brussels sprout was good.
Brussels sprout, let's do that.
Now I know where to go when I need ideas. Jeez.
And now you keep those nouns coming because we have another noun right after that one. What other noun do we have? I'm seeing wizards.
Ooh,
Type
Ooh, that's a
wizards
good
into
one.
there. It's such a fun one.
chicken nuggets.
Okay. Now coming down, guys, we're going to do a verb. Type in your verb. A verb is an action word. It's something that you can do. I'm already seeing those come in, guys. That's so great. Give me your verbs here. I'm seeing dance. I love dance.
Dance is
Bowling?
fun.
And again, so we have one more verb coming after this. So keep on giving us your verbs. I saw bowling. I actually love bowling.
Oh, that's fun.
That's great.
Not a great summer activity, but it's an all year round activity. We'll type bowling into there. Now I'm going to be asking you guys for another noun. Once again, another person, place, or thing. Type it into the chat.
Grandma. Just
Tag
fly
in.
by in all caps.
I'm seeing pizzas. I like pizzas.
Gosh, it's so
Okay.
fast. Look at all
Spider-Man?
these ideas.
I love your suggestions, guys. You guys are so great at filling these in.
Dirty
I
sock.
love seeing you guys be in there. Yeah, we have another now, so we could keep it going. Let's type in dirty sock, of course.
George Washington.
And now we're going to be going into another noun. I actually, yeah, go for it, Jenny. What was that?
Alexander Hamilton, somebody wrote.
Alexander Hamilton. Someone's been watching Disney Plus. All right. So now we have our brand new story here. And Maria, this is your story, so I hope you can read it for us. Just to set this up,
Great.
Natalie is at summer camp. She's taking part in the time-honored tradition of sitting around a campfire, listening to a spooky story. Take it away for us, Maria.
Okay. I need to warn you about Lake Surprise. Legend has it, a Brussels sprout lives in Lake Surprise and it loves eating wizards. Each summer it dances before bowling all winter. Don't worry, it only eats a few pizzas each summer and it only comes out at night. Love it. Oh wait, I knew there was something in that lake. Only babies would believe in a dirty sock. Crackle. What was that? Is it a bear? Is it Alexander Hamilton? Maybe it's a ghost. If I had my laptop, I could look up all the types of animals in the area and crunch. Aroo!
There you go. Leaving it on that spooky cliffhanger. Was that a ghost? Was it Alexander Hamilton? We just don't know. We'll have to check out Absolutely Nat this summer. So we're going to keep these going. You guys are doing such a great job with these. I love your suggestions in the chat. It's so much fun playing with you guys. We're going to move on to a comic from Allergic by Megan. You guys know the drill at this point. So I'm just going to start asking for your words here. Looking for a noun to start us off. You guys don't need my help, but it's a person, a place, or a thing. Type it into the chat here. I'm seeing dragon. I like dragon, so we'll put that in there.
Gecko.
Closely related to the dragon. And then I'm seeing, okay, so the next thing we're looking for is a food. You guys are already getting ahead of me, a food. I'm seeing hot dog on here. I'm not sure slime was intended to be a food, but that could be a food. But type in your food into chat. Could be what you're having for lunch. Could be your favorite summer food. What kind of food you want to put into this? Love these suggestions, guys. Love all these suggestions for great new foods.
I'm getting hungry.
So I'm going to type chocolate into here. I saw that.
No favorite.
All right, let's keep it going. We're looking for another noun, guys. So type in your persons, places, or your things. It could be a cat. It could be a rat. It could be a moose or a caboose. I'm seeing book. Let's put down, what? You know, I love elephant too. Let's type in elephant here. And now I'm looking for an adjective, guys. We actually haven't done one of these before. This is a word that describes a noun. It could be tall, it could be round, it could be beautiful. Type your adjectives into the chat. This is a word that describes a person, a place, or a thing. I'm seeing my own name in there. I love the plug. type in our adjectives, our best descriptive words.
Sassy.
Was it sassy you saw? We can type in sassy.
Sassy looked good.
Okay, now we're looking for a verb. Again, guys, this is an action word. Anything that you can do. Any activity you can take part in. You could run, you could swim. We did swim already, but something you can do. You can dance, you can smell. Type your action words into chat. Help us fill out our story here.
Oh, I saw skydiving.
Ooh, skydiving. That's a great one. Okay, so I cut out. We were doing our final noun. So I'm not sure if we had missed anything there. Any great suggestions there? Or I'll just see a great suggestion for a noun.
Pickle.
Sorry, what was that one?
I saw
Pickle.
pickle fly through there.
Love it. Love pickle. Terrific, guys. Thanks for bearing with me on that one. We're going to start reading this one now. If you would read it for us, Megan. To set this up, our star, Maggie, has just met her brand new neighbor. So take it away, Megan.
Hi, I'm Claire. Oh, hi. What's your name? Maggie. Sorry, I need to make it bigger. I just moved in. Want to come over? Come on, I'll show you my new dragon. And I bet I can get my dad to order us some chocolate. Okay, let me just tell my grandma. Today was my first day of school. I had to miss the real first day because our elephant broke down. Isn't that the worst? I'm in 6th grade. My teacher's the sassiest. How's yours? Do you like skydiving? My dad said I can paint anything I want on the pickle. You can help me. It's so cool you live next door. We are going to have so much fun.
Awesome. So once again, Allergic is available now, so you can see if her elephant actually broke down or maybe it was something else. Thanks again for bearing with us through that one. We have one last graphics fill-in coming, and that is going to be from Miles Morales Shockwaves. Right after this, we're going to be answering your questions live. So if you have a question for the authors, you can start thinking about those now. But for the moment, let's dive into our final fill-in game. So the first thing I'm looking for is a noun, guys. So if any of our authors see a great noun in chat, call them out for me here.
Meatballs?
Meatballs. We got meatballs for our noun. Now this is a different one. I'm looking for a dance move. That's a little different. We haven't done one of those. What's your favorite dance move? What do you bust out on the dance floor? Is it the tango? Do you floss? Any kind of dance moves in the chat here?
Oh, I saw the worm. That was the good one.
Worm. Good. I don't know how to do the worm. Okay. And now we have another noun, guys. Person, place, or thing. Type it into the chat. Let me know if you guys see a good one on our author side.
Keep seeing penguin fly by.
Penguin. Someone really wants penguin in there, so they're going to get it in there. Love that one. Then we're looking for an adjective. As a reminder, guys, this is a descriptive word. It describes a noun, a person, place, or thing. Could be beautiful, could be round, could be smart. I'm not going to touch my own chat because it crashed me last time. So if you guys in the other side see a great suggestion, do let me know.
Slimy. Oh, go ahead.
Slimy.
Yeah, that's fine.
Slimy. And then we got a verb here. So this is an action word, guys. Type your action words into the chat. We got any good action words here, guys? Action words could be jump, could be swing, could be fight, could be run. Type your action words here. Burp? I love burp. Well, I love burp for this. Let's type in burp. We have a couple more guys here. Have been such great participants. We have a final noun. We're going to end on a noun. We started near nouns. We got lots of nouns. One last one. If you didn't get your noun in, here's your last chance for a noun. Help us finish out this comic.
See, unicorn.
Ooh.
Unicorn. All right, terrific. So now we have our final fill-in comic. This is, of course, Miles Morales' Shockwaves, as written by Justin Reynolds and collaborated with Graphix Con. Justin, would you read your brand new comic for us?
Excited to. Let's see. All right, here we go. So, Crash. So this Spidey Sense thing, definitely underrated. Guess this is one of those learn-on-the-job gigs. Looks like we lost the security meatballs a few floors down, Trinity. Yeah, except of all the rooftops in Brooklyn to escape off, what are the odds we run right into Kid Spider? Asking for a friend, do either of you know how to do the worm? The Reno what? It's a dance. Kind of goes like, you know what? Forget it. Peter Parker claims my aim will improve with more experience, but so far it still kind of sucks, to be honest. Looks like you two are already tied up. Clink. See, this is why I never leave home without a penguin. Trinity, less slimy banter and more burping, yeah? Sorry, man, but you heard Vex. We've got to fly. Enjoy your solo dance party. Keep up, Vex. You serious right now? You know I hate unicorns. Hang gliders and backpacks? That's fun. I think it's much improved. I think this is actually, is it too late to stop the presses and change this to these words here?
We can talk about it. You guys may have just seen the next edition of the Spider-Man graphic novel. Who is not afraid of unicorns? So thank you guys for playing. Hopefully you had a fun game with us. And now we do have time. We have our authors here. We have you guys in the chat. We have a chance for you guys to ask us questions directly. So if you have a question with the help of an adult, write that into the chat here, and then we'll all work together to answer those questions. Oh, I think I might be crashing again. Okay, so one of the first questions I had, if you guys can still hear me, is what's your favorite book? And anyone can answer that.
Go, Maria.
Yeah, I know. What did I say before? Can I tell you my favorite book from childhood?
Yeah.
Lafcadio the Lion by Shel Silverstein, which I still have my original copy from childhood. So that was a huge influence.
One of my favorite graphic novels is Baby Mouse.
Oh, I think one of my new favorites is Allergic.
I was a big Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs guy growing up.
Classic.
That's a good one. Oh, let's see. I saw what's your favorite food? One of my favorites is strawberries.
Sushi.
Popcorn.
Whatchamacallits.
And then I say a question is, do you have any pets? Do you guys have pets?
Yep. Dog.
Well, it's not a big surprise since I wrote the book Allergic about being allergic to animals that I don't have any pets.
No, not even a goldfish?
No, but I got to write a book about it. So now I have my book.
Oh.
I am petless, unfortunately. Not by desire, but currently I do not have any pets I can call my own.
I've got two crazy cats named Augie and Livy, who
those are good.
Yeah, Augustus and Livia, the Roman emperor and empress, they rule our house. And they're so bonkers in the morning. They love my son. They literally sit outside of his bedroom and cry and cry and cry until he lets them in his room. He's like the cat with fur.
That's great.
I saw a question, how do you get past writer's block?
Ooh.
For me, I like to have a couple different projects going on. So if I'm kind of stuck on one project, I can be working on a different one.
I like to, sometimes for me, that's kind of a sign that maybe my brain needs a little bit of a break. And so I'll go for like a long walk around the neighborhood or a bike ride. I do a lot of bike riding. But anything to kind of take myself away from my desk. And oftentimes, whatever problem that I was kind of running up against will just kind of naturally find its way into my brain when I'm not concentrating so hard on forcing it to be there. I'll be like cutting the grass, and then I'll think, oh, that's exactly the way that that scene should unfold. So I think sometimes just kind of just stepping away and letting your brain do the work subconsciously.
I agree with that. I also love cycling, and I love running in the woods and getting away from it. And something about movement or motion, whether it's a walk or a run or even a car ride, seems to help my brain keep going.
Of course, we eat, right? We work at home.
That's right.
Put on the writer pounds when when I'm stuck. I eat ice cream.
So I got another question from our chat here. What is the process of creating a graphic novel? How do you guys go from idea to finished book? Do you want to start with Maria, then we'll go to Megan, Jenny, then Justin?
Perfect.
Okay, sure. So I start with kind of a rough idea of what I want to do, and then I create a really loose outline. So I have sort of a roadmap of where it's going to go, but it's amazing to me how much that outline evolves by the time the book's finished. And from there, I go to a rough phase where I kind of sketch out both the words and the images of how it's going to be. And then many drafts. Actually, the outline itself goes through many drafts. And then I go to final art and then final cover, and ta-da, graphic novel.
It sounds so simple.
Yeah, just like that.
So my brother Matt and we collaborate. I do most of the writing and he does most of the art, although we both do a little bit of each. So I'll usually write the story using a storyboard, which is how they make animated movies. And then Matt will do a lot of quick pencil sketches of what I've written. And then I'll actually lay out the whole book, like how the pictures are going to look on the page. I just cut and glue them on. And then I send them back to Matt, and he does all the final art digitally using a fancy machine called a Cintiq.
Okay, on to Megan, yeah.
For me, then it depends a little bit on the project, but since I'm the author but not the illustrator, then usually I have the idea, and then maybe I've written kind of like the general idea down and maybe some more, but not like the whole book. And then I share it with the illustrator who does Scholastic books with me, Michelle Nutter, and we make sure we're both excited about the idea. And she might do some drawings at that point, or might wait till later. But then I write the whole script, and then I pass it on to her, and she makes the art and does all those steps of the art process. And then together we look at the words and the art combined and make sure we're both happy with how it all works together.
Me, I usually start with a pretty long brainstorming session. And I find that like, even when I'm not actively working on a project, I'll have ideas that I kind of keep in a notebook. And then a lot of times what I'll find is that when I'm looking for my next project, I'll kind of go through that notebook and I'll have significant chunks of ideas that I've started under a particular file or under an idea, a different idea, a subheading. And so I'll think, okay, maybe this is something. And then I'll start kind of brainstorming what that world would look like. I usually think about who my main character is and their point of view. I usually think about what the character wants versus what they actually need. And then I just kind of start building the world around that. With this graphic novel, because I was not the illustrator. Pablo Leon, the brilliant Pablo Leon was the illustrator. I got to confer with him, and we kind of carved out this world together. He made a lot of awesome kind of artistic choices that I would not have even thought to include, which is awesome about collaborating with someone. And together we kind of, along with our editors at Marvel and Scholastic, created this, we kind of took the next step in the Miles Morales universe.
Terrific. You guys have been so great with your questions. I love all these questions coming in. It's so hard to keep track. One question that came was, what's the hardest part about writing a book? I think, again, we'll go Maria to Jenny to Megan to Justin, keep it in this order here. So the hardest part about writing a book.
I think there's sort of benchmarks in each stage where it gets challenging, but I love it at the same time. So it's hard to say the hardest part. I think going through there's sort of a difficult benchmark in each part. So in the beginning, coming up with the idea, getting that just right, and then getting through when you're doing 235 pages or more of drawings, that's difficult because you have a certain time frame to get them done. So I think in each benchmark, there's a sort of a challenge in each part. So it's hard to say which for me is the hardest. It's like my favorite question. I have a really hard time with somebody's like the definitive thing, but there's sort of challenges and so much joy in each part of the process for me.
I think for me, the hardest part is the first draft. It's usually pretty terrible because the first time you do something, you're usually not very good. So I hate doing the first draft. I love revising though. I love seeing the story get better and better and better, as long as I just can get something on the page.
I'm kind of the opposite. For me, when I'm writing the first draft, I'm like, I'm a genius and I'm like having so much fun. But then after I finish the first draft and I read it over, I'm like, uh-oh, this needs a lot of work. And I'm sure students can relate to this. You have to go back and revise and edit your work a lot. And so the hardest step for me is that discouragement where I'm like, oh, it's not perfect. There's so much work I still need to do. But then once I get over those initial discouraged feelings, then I'm like really excited to be back in this story.
So for me, as I'm working, there will be times where I'm up against something that might feel like writer's block, but more times than not, it might even just kind of like all of a sudden I'm kind of bored with the project and I have to kind of figure out why that is. And usually it's a sign that maybe I'm taking a boring approach. Maybe I need to be a little bit more creative in some of the problem solving that I'm doing within the storyline. But I think the hardest part for me is, especially when I'm writing, I also write regular novels. I think just kind of using a different part of your brain, going from kind of like a regular traditional novel to a graphic novel, where so much more about a graphic novel is the visual art and how it looks and the presentation. And you can convey a lot more because you have these awesome, vivid illustrations to accompany your words. And so kind of thinking about kind of using that other part of my brain to think about more is less with a graphic novel. We need less words and more of a chance for the artwork to kind of blossom around the storytelling.
Terrific. So we have time for one more question here, guys. Unfortunately, our time's coming to close. So I'm going to say it's going to be a lightning round question. What is your favorite part about being an author? And I think we'll start with Justin this time, and we'll go to Megan, Jenny, Maria.
I say by far, the reason why I write for young people is because I love interacting with young people. I think that so much about the world that is right in this world kind of comes at the force of young people. They have a lot of great ideas and energy, and they're so accepting and compassionate and empathetic, loving. And so I love interacting with that. That energy is so infectious and it makes me excited about storytelling. I also just like hanging out with young people because they're so honest about stories. And so if they love it, or if there's a part where they're like, why did you make that choice? Why did you do that? I love that part too, because they're going to tell you the thing that adults sometimes don't want to tell you because they're being too polite, but kids will still find a way to tell you the thing and be honest about it while still somehow kind of encouraging you to keep going. So that's the best part, is seeing how the young people responded to the work.
Well, I like making graphic novels because I can work from home, and I like to wear my bunny slippers.
Those are adorable.
My favorite part is just being able to be creative every day. I think my mind is really restless and I get bored, and I love being able to just follow my curiosity and have creative ideas and turn them into something that other people can enjoy.
I've always loved to write and draw, so it's everything I love to do all at once. And to echo what Justin said, I love hearing from kids. And if I feel like a kid resonated with Natalie, that just makes me feel so happy that they feel seen and heard.
Those are all fantastic reasons. All right, unfortunately, this is all the time we have today. I want to thank our authors, Jennifer, Maria, Megan, and Justin for being with us today. Check out their books, and everyone give them a hand here. I want to thank all of you in our audience for being with us. Thank you for joining us for another Graphix Con. Our Graphix Con live events will be taking a bit of a summer vacation, but we'll be back this October in time for Teach Graphics Week with another live author event, so keep an eye out for that. And visit scholastic.com/GraphixCon for updates along with videos, book trailers, book excerpts, and more. As a reminder, in celebration of our Graphix Con event, the Scholastic online store is offering 15% off any graphics title when you use code GRAPHIX at checkout. That's GRAPHIX at checkout. The offer is available until May 14th, so do not wait. You can visit scholastic.com/GraphixCon to learn more. And finally, to our teachers tuning in today, check out the Scholastic YouTube channel for a special Teacher Appreciation Week video. You'll see more about that on your screen shortly. That's it for me. Thank you, everyone. Have a great afternoon and an even better summer. Bye.